Am I the asshole for invading my sister's privacy because I don't want her to go to jail? I, 34F, borrowed my sister's 34F. Let's call her Lisa, iPad for work course. For context later, we both work in the same industry, but Lisa is also working a second job and both jobs require licensing and a clean criminal record. I was in the middle of the course. Everything was dandy until a Telegram message notification from a Tom popped up on the iPad. Was writing notes, so I impatiently swiped it away. However, the notifications kept coming and by that time my eyes were traveling to the messages out of reflex. The notifications only showed replies from Tom, but whatever I saw was enough to raise alarm bells in my head. I can't remember everything, but this was what I saw. You have $1,000, I transfer in. You create account ALR? iClub88? Give me your ID and PW? My VPN kept DCING, can you log in again? Been doing it for 6 years and I have never lost money, don't believe I can't help you win some too. A quick search on the web would tell you iClub88 is an online gambling platform. We don't gamble. I fought with the demons inside me for all of 10s before I tapped into the app. I realized Tom is someone I know as well and whose name was in fact Dave, 27M. We got to know Dave in a work event recently, so I wouldn't call us friends. The first thing I noticed in the convos was Dave's incessant pestering for Lisa's nudes, which thankfully she kept saying no. But the tone of the entire conversation was sexual and there was flirting on both sides. I consulted a close friend of ours and from what we gathered, this is most likely the start of a money mule scam. The nudes requests are hopefully Dave being a horny little shit, but I fear there are more sinister intentions behind it. To cut the story short, I ended up confronting Lisa within a day by apologizing for going through her Telegram and then proceeding to tell her I think she's getting scammed. In our country, victims who were being scammed to become money mules still get a fine and jail term. Our close friend has a young cousin, juvenile, under investigation. He also personally knows an adult professional awaiting sentencing. It is not a matter of if, but when she will be getting jailed. Because of this, her career is gone. I told Lisa the implications of losing licensing for both her jobs, which she has told me multiple times how much she loves. The response I got from her was a deadpan, only a few years jail term. Whatever, I'm going to attribute this to ego. When she confirmed that none of the money was hers and the $1,000 I saw in the conversation was Dave transferring $1,000 into her account and lost it, I knew most likely that money laundering is involved. When I got to the part about the nudes and how the Telegram ID was not tagged to his number and why he's using a VPN, she got really pissed and embarrassed. She did add that she had since closed the account, so I should STFU about it. She hasn't spoken to me since. Am I the asshole? I am frantic. What should I do? You should not speak to anyone about this except for a lawyer who can keep everything you say confidential. It does not matter if Lisa is angry at you. A lawyer might suggest you delete this post. Do not give any other details on Reddit. Edit. Whoa. I'm not saying to report it or report Lisa. I'm saying talk to a lawyer to make sure you and Lisa are protected from prosecution. The dude is wanting nudes so he can threaten her with releasing the nudes at a later date if she doesn't do what he says. Or she threatens to get the police involved. It's great that she didn't send them. This definitely smells like a scam. You are not the asshole and hopefully she has listened to what you've said and is going to get out of it now. Not the asshole. It's definitely illegal and a scam. If the guy is transferring $1,000 into your sister's account for her to gamble or do whatever with, that means he is most likely using stolen credit cards or checking accounts to send the money to her, and they might come and take that money out of her account weeks or even months later. She needs to be careful because she can get in big trouble. I'll be honest, I feel like in some cases, when you're legitimately afraid for someone's well-being, it's understandable to violate their privacy. I'm not sure if this is one of those times, but I agree with the commenter telling you to delete this and talk to a lawyer. First and foremost, you don't want to accidentally make yourself an accessory. But you also don't want to leave evidence against your sister laying around. So delete this and go talk to a lawyer or your country's equivalent. It's a scam, and your sis is probably a complicit. But there's not much you can do. Just make sure you're not involved or connected to her in any way if she goes down for it. And you're not wrong in warning her. Not the asshole. Scams can help you out with what to do next. Oh, and not the asshole. People caught up in things like this because of greed, usually, don't see what's actually going on. The nudes are likely to hold her complicit under threat of releasing them. Not just his personal interest. Or, maybe I spend too much time at scams. Am I the asshole for not letting my friend take a lick of my ice cream? My friend and I were hanging out at my place for almost the entire day yesterday. I told her about this amazing ice cream place at the mall and I'd treat her. At first she agreed and told me it's a great idea. Then she suddenly snapped and said that she can't eat ice cream because she's on this healthy diet, and she absolutely will not touch that stuff and it's wrong. I told her that she's not forced to eat it, that it was just a suggestion. It just so happened that my workplace, it's at the mall, needed my assistance and asked if I could come in for a few minutes to help them. I live like 5-10 minutes away from the mall, so it's no problem. I told her we anyways had to go because my coworkers need help. I told her we can hang at the mall for a bit if she's down. Anyways, we were passing the ice cream place and I told her I'm grabbing some for myself and I asked her if she's sure that she does not want any. She said she's good and thanked me for offering. We're browsing the mall and she tells me the ice cream actually looks really good if she could have a lick. I told her if she really wants it I'll get it for her, no problem. But she said she just wants to try it from mine. I told her I'm not comfortable with that, but the offer still stands about me getting her an ice cream. She got annoyed and said, "Why are you being such an asshole about this? I don't want a whole damn ice cream, I just want a lick from yours." I told her again I'm not comfortable with that. I'm just very weird when it comes to sharing food where spit could easily be exchanged, unless I'm very close with the person and I'm at a certain level of trust with them, for example my mom or my brother. Like I could be good friends with someone but still not be comfortable sharing those types of food with them. My friend and I are just good friends from college, that is all. So am I the asshole? I mean, I still offered to buy her an ice cream as an alternative. Not the asshole. It's good that you stood your ground and not get carried away with her drama. She's actually being the asshole about it and she should thank you for even offering to treat her. How ungrateful could she be? Not the asshole. Many ice cream stores will give you a small sample of a given flavor of ice cream on a spoon for free. It can be hazardous to eat someone else's food. A woman stole a man's leftovers at a cafeteria during the Depression and died because he had poisoned them. He had lost all of his money. It took a few days for both of them to die. Biggest not the asshole possible. Not going to read because there is no situation where someone is entitled to lick your ice cream, LMAO. Not the asshole. A lot of people are like you, with germs and stuff, like sharing a drink or foods. Some people even find it really off-putting to share makeup, which I can totally understand. I've asked to try something of a friend's and learned they have a thing with germs and they said sorry. I told them please don't apologize, I completely understand. Your girl is being so damn rude about it. I guess her need for trying the friggin' ice cream matters more than your comfort. What a selfish friend. I had a girlfriend who always did this to me. We'd stop at a store on our way somewhere and I would offer to buy us both a soda. She would always say no, but later would ask for a sip of mine. I find it disgusting to drink after someone else, so I would end up giving her the whole can. I should have smartened up and bought 2 cans anyway. No, I don't think I have any friends who would ever think we are sharing an ice cream. Am I the asshole for telling my sister it's not my job to babysit a 29-year-old? I, 17 female, have an older sister Sarah, 28 female, who I love but we often disagree. She's very self-destructive and doesn't like to try and better herself or admit she's wrong. Recently her boyfriend broke up with her because of communication problems. She has a very anxious attachment style and tends to over-explain things and push people away, and her now ex was an avoidant attachment style. They both attend therapy and have been diagnosed with these. Well, after they broke up, Sarah has been non-stop needing my help and has been going down the rabbit hole of drinking. Normally I don't mind helping her through things, cause I get it, breakups are hard. But she's been acting like she's fine, and then will blow up on me saying I don't understand. Yesterday, she was over at some random guy's apartment drinking, and they hooked up. She called me to come and get her, and when I picked her up she started complaining about me being late. It was 3 in the freaking morning. I told her I'm sorry and continued driving. She then started with her usual rants about how I don't understand breakups and that I don't care about her. I freaking lost it and reminded her that I was cheated on and verbally abused, so I do get it, and that it's not my job or problem to babysit a 28-year-old child who can't go back to therapy and stop her own self-destructive behavior. She got really quiet, and I took her home and left. It's been almost 2 days and she hasn't talked to me, but a mutual friend said she's mad at me because I made her feel like her being sad over a breakup was a bad thing. So am I the asshole? Not the asshole. Why are you taking on her caregiver's role? She's 28 and she should take care of herself. Tell her you will no longer be her doormat and will not be her drunk driver rescuer anymore. She needs to be held accountable. Don't answer her calls. Tell her you won't drive her before she gets drunk and shut off your phone. Not the asshole. The fact that you're picking her up at 3 a.m. after she chose to get drunk without any other plan of getting home proves that. Also, she's an adult. What is this constant help that she is needing? While breakups suck, it's going to be okay. It's okay to be sad. Be sad for a while and then move on. It's not your job to emotionally navigate her through a process that it doesn't sound like she's really trying to navigate herself. Wow, 7 months ago you were 22, now you're 17. How does that happen? You are the asshole for making things up. You're not the asshole. She's an adult, she should be responsible and mature on how to handle her own issues. She shouldn't drag you in this kind of mess because it will definitely affect you. Not the asshole. It could have been the wake-up call she needed, but it sounds like she decided to play victim instead and twisted what happened when she told your mutual friend. Hopefully she pulls her head out of her ass soon and realizes that you were there for her, just not there to be used and treated poorly by her just because she's going through a hard time. How did you get 5 years younger in 6 months? You are the asshole. Am I the asshole for not controlling what my daughter, 15F, eats? I, 43F, have a daughter, 15F, Cindy. This year, her sophomore year, she joined Color Guard, which is a combination of dance and spinning equipment and marching band in the fall. Throughout the year she's been steadily losing weight, going from 155 pounds to around 140. She's 5 feet 5, for reference. My mother had noticed this, since she often buys my daughter clothing for birthdays, Christmas, and just because. She asked me about why Cindy keeps asking for smaller sizes and then accused me of allowing my daughter to fall into unhealthy habits, and called me a lazy, selfish mother for not caring enough about my daughter to make sure she's eating enough. I completely disregarded what she said because by no means is my daughter restricting herself. She eats a little healthier to improve her performance on competition days. But mostly she eats burgers, pizza, cookies, and sugary soda just as often as most teenagers do. She just happens to be losing weight because she's getting taller and becoming more active. So am I the asshole for not dictating what she eats even as she loses weight? Not the asshole. You're satisfied the weight loss isn't because of an eating disorder, so what else is there to control? Your mother's ta. As long as her pediatrician is fine with her weight, your mother can just stay in her lane. Not the asshole. Your mother is the one with an unhealthy relationship to food and weight. 140 pounds for 5 feet 5 is a healthy weight and not even yet close to being unhealthy, and it's perfectly natural lose weight if you start doing more physical activity. 5 feet 5 and 140 is not unhealthy, it's at the upper end of the guidelines. It's a normal weight. At 155, she was overweight. Not the asshole, but your daughter is at a vulnerable age for eating disorders, so your mother's concerns are not without just cause. As long as your daughter is eating responsibly, grandma can butt out. Not the asshole. It's so much healthier to lose weight by exercising more, being active than dieting. Only comment on the food is try to limit the sodas.